got some Superior Spider-Man.
You're talking about the current Avengers storyline?
The current Infinity storyline. The Thanos stuff, a couple other things that are going on.
Yeah.
Some of it happening right now on Earth. It's minimized. You only have to read a couple of issues. It doesn't matter too much. And they actually have a good guideline out for it this time. But the actual main story is taking place off Earth, just like the last Fantastic Four storyline that Hickman did.
Yeah.
Where he kept those characters and did his own thing. Offbeat. You don't have to read it. It's not going to affect the main world. But at the same time, it will have an effect on the universe itself as a whole.
Yeah, yeah. You're talking about focusing.
Yeah.
Focusing your big event on a select set of characters and putting it in a setting where it doesn't contradict with anything else that's going on in the Marvel universe.
Unlike in previous things like Civil War, Fear Itself, and all the other previous ones, where something happens to one person or one group of characters, and suddenly it's spilled over, and we have to see the repercussions in every single character, as opposed to writing the storyboard across us.
Well, that's why I think they should just, if they're going to do a big event that in theory would affect everybody, that they should stop the regular books, do all the storylines for a week, 2 weeks, a month, however long it takes to get it out.
DC's been trying that though, and it's been a little clunky. I mean, look at when they went back into the villains for the evil thing, for the Forever Evil that's going on, and look at when they decided to do the Year Zeros that came out. Like,
well, the thing about the Year Zero is, it's taking place in the past, so it's not interfering.
It doesn't interfere, but at the same time, when you do the gimmick ideas,
yeah,
it slows down the progression of flow.
Oh, of the progression of the main storyline.
Yeah, They're good ideas, but you can't do it across the board with the entire company line. You can do it with a couple of things at a time.
You can do a cross company thing occasionally, but every year, even if they did it every year, if it was short, it'd be fine. But they're so long, it disrupts the flow, you're saying, of regular series. Yeah, that's what happened to Bendis with Avengers. The first few years that Bendis was writing, his work on Avengers seemed really focused. But the more big summer crossovers he had to write around,
the harder it becomes to schedule.
That's right. Half the time, the regular monthly books, the content's irrelevant because all the important stuff happens in the big crossover book.
Mm-hmm. Another thing that they do to make up for it sometimes is when you even go back to the Hell story in DC 52. It started out in Supergirl, it spanned into Superboy, and then spanned into Superman. It was confusing to follow, but they were able to tell an entire story worth like 5 to 8 issues in the span of a month or two, and it was really enjoyable. It actually felt more like a Justice League story than any Justice League story they've done in 2 years.
I haven't been reading
because they got the whole Justice League involved in it as well.
But it's focused.
Yeah.
It doesn't drag on and on and on for months and.
No, they got it done. It spanned
97 issues.
It was confusing because it spanned 3 titles, but if you track it down and you read it, it's done. It's quick.
Yeah.
It's over with. It's nothing like these lead-ins for things like getting the slow introduction of Shazam over 6 to 8 issues once a month at the back of the Justice League issue.
It's like eating 2 potato chips a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind short stories. I don't like short pieces of long stories.
Yeah, I like focus. I do like a good long story, but I like my longer story to come out a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
And I don't want to drag on, but I also don't want it to be too much that everything becomes oversaturated.
Well, that's